right, people. Okay, what's all the commotion? Welcome back. And this is Tuesday Museday. It's April 2nd. Too bad it wasn't April Fool's. I was thinking about sending out something saying, you know, it's canceled, blah, blah, blah. But then I thought, no, somebody will believe me. And then we'll have like 2 people here. Anyway, hope you guys had a good April Fool's Day. And it was fun. Welcome to April, by the way. And oh, good, it's streaming on Facebook. All right, well, I guess that's good. Let's try to get censored. Let that be the goal. Let's see how we can get in trouble. All right, I hope is the sound okay? Levels good, everything. I'm seeing good levels, but I don't trust my gear too much. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Roseanne here, nice and early. Shifting out of neutral. Yes, we're gonna explain what the getting gear thing means. I think you heard the gear. I actually have a gear or 2 here. I think should I write a like a Dr. Seuss book after that? All right, welcome Alex and Bill. Welcome Daisy, Cornelius, Rebecca, Charlie. Nice to see you. And did I leave anybody out yet? I think we'll get some stragglers. All right. Usually we do. Okay, let me, okay, sounds good, good. So today's theme is a combo. I want to get right into it. I just want to talk at you guys for a second because I'm excited because I get to mash up 2 things that I like, which is music, right, and rhythm, and also car stuff, because I'm kind of a car guy to an extent. I have a little car that I race around in. I got for autocross and track days. And then I have a Corvette I'm working on. I have, you know, fun. I like fun cars. I ride motorcycles too a little bit. You got to do it while you can, right? Because there's going to be a day where you're not going to do it for whatever reason. Hopefully not because you absolutely cannot because you're not here anymore. But let's not go there. So you guys know, okay, everybody understands gears, right? And I was thinking about this idea in music we call rhythmic modulation. And in case you haven't heard of it, you just heard me do it several times if you were here for the opening, because I was trying to give you examples, right? And now it may have sounded unrelated. You're like, okay, he's playing slow. Now he's playing faster. Now he's playing fast. Now he's playing medium. You know, you might have noticed some things like that. You may have noticed sometimes I was playing in a straight feel. Sometimes I'm playing in a triplet feel, which is kind of one of the keys. And I'm not going to make this into a whole lesson, but I want to give you, I just want to give you an example and something you can look into, right? Because we're here to help educate, not just infotate. We're not just here to do infotainment. So here, okay, let me pick up the thing that fell on the floor during the opening because I put it on my little music stand here and it slowly collapsed and dumped it out. And luckily, it did not land on my foot because, let me show you. It's this thing, you guys. Look at this. Now let me show you in the side camera. Hold on. Let's see, which one is the side? Over here. So I want to show you this thing. I know it may or may not be totally in focus. Isn't this cool? Now this is a differential gear. So what? We don't care. It does look cool though, doesn't it? So this goes in the back of the car and it connects to the drive shafts in the car. So this thing, hello again, this thing gets driven, all right? This thing gets driven to this drives power to the wheels. And where's the other part? Okay. Oh, it's right below me. Hold on. And this thing, this thing is the pinion, is the drive gear, this guy. And you see they kind of, can you see how they sort of go together? Not like that, but, you know, somehow. I think this is called a worm gear. Is that right? So what's happening, I'll just talk at you guys over here, is these things have a ratio, right? And that's the important thing. And for every 3.6 turns of this little guy, this one goes around 1 time. So it has a 3.6 to 1 ratio. And music, of course, also has ratios, right? And it's not quite the same as like a meter, but it's related. So we're going to get into this, but I wanted to show you, I just bought these for my little car because I don't like the gearing. Not that you need to know that, it's just too high. So I'm going to lower it with this stuff. And that's why I have it here. And I'm not going to drop it on my foot because I'm going to put it back down on the ground. Sorry, this stuff's heavy. I don't know if it looks heavy, but it's like, you know, steel from Japan. I am so glad it didn't fall on my foot because I'm not wearing any shoes right now either. Okay, so we're gonna put that down, but let's go to a less complicated example. When you're riding a bike, right, and you're in first gear, and you're pedaling, and you shift into second gear, and you're going the same speed, what happens, right? You guys know. You're pedaling in first, and you're like, it's too fast. I got to shift in a second. Oh, there we go. That's better, right? And it's the same in a car if you drive a manual, which you guys do because you're older like me. The young folk don't know what we're talking about. So it's the idea of shifting gears, right? Same speed, kind of, right? Or let's say it's the same speed. You're going 30 miles an hour, and I'm in first gear, and I got to shift into second because the engine, you know, it's just going really fast, and I've got to do something. So we can relieve the engine speed, right? Lower RPMs. We're going the same speed, but we're in a lower gear. All right. You guys get that? Yeah, and also Cornelia said it gets harder to pedal, which is also true. Which is why we have the low gears so we can go up hills, and we have the high gears so we can go down hills and go fast and just be pedaling comfortably, right? Because we have a range in which it's reasonable to pedal. You can't be pedaling like, and you don't want to be like lugging like, barely going. You know, you got to be somewhere comfortable. All right. So welcome, Tom. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. That's very nice. And welcome, Sue. You guys are awesome. All right, so what does this mean musically? I just want to give you an example real quick. This is not a whole lesson. I think I have a lesson on this rhythmic modulation idea. But it's kind of a cool idea, and it's like the same thing. So you're driving in the car, and you want to shift into another gear, and that's what we can do musically. So that's kind of today's theme. That's it. So what does that look like? I'm playing, hey, Richard, welcome. All right. Richard is a flute player, too, and a multi-instrumentalist and composer. And Tom Fox, Tom's in Chicago, Ohio, and he makes flutes. Maybe you guys ought to know each other. All right. We got a lot of flute people here, actually. Roseanne is a flute person. I don't know who else. Maybe you guys could raise your hand if you're a flute player. But we're all interested in percussion. So let me go on with the rhythmic modulation. All right. So we have a beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so our pulse is here, right? Dot, dot, dot. But I'm playing it in a duple. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, right? Dot, dee, dot, dee, dot, dee, dot. So one of the easiest, there's a lot of ways you can do this, but one of the ways I do it, because I don't know that many ways, don't tell anyone, is you turn the 2 into 3s. You go to triplets, right? Let's slow it down a little. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and now we're gonna do, instead of 1 and 2 and, we're gonna do 1 t dot 2 t dot dot t dot t dot t, right? We're gonna go to 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 dot t dot t. All right. Now, if you do that, it changes the feel, but it doesn't really shift the gear entirely, right? It does change the feel. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we can go. I gotta play soft because I'm on my talking mic. All right, so we can do that, but that way the quarter note stays the same. The pulse stays the same. It just goes from a quarter to kind of a dotted quarter, which we don't care what that means. But the pulse, where you tap your foot, it stays the same, right? Bop beep bop beep bop beep bop beep bop beep bop beep bop 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 bop. So okay, cool. We're changing the meter, but we're not really changing the gear yet. And here's the trick, you guys. We're going to take those threes, boppity, 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 and now we're going to make them all the same. And now we're going to group them in fours. Now we changed gears. All right, let's go through it. Let's go through it. So we'll start at a medium tempo, whatever, 80, 90 beats a minute. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's a little faster than that, but that's okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're going to go to the triplet. All right, and then we're going to shift gears. All right, you guys with me? Let me know. Thumbs up or question marks. All right. So that's kind of what I was doing in the opening. I was just going around, going back and forth. And similarly, you can do the same thing. So if you're in a 6, right? If you're playing in a 6, you're going to go from 3 to 2 or 3 to 4, right? Because you're already in 3. And you're going to take your 3 and you're going to turn it into a 4, and then you're going to make that 4 into like eighth notes. All right, pretty cool. You can also do, it doesn't have to be eighth note triplets. It could be quarter note triplets if you want to really shift down. So let's say we're here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We can do bum. We can do bum 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 bum. I gotta think. It's hard to say that and do. I should be able to do that though. Bum 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 bum. That's not easy. Dun 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 dun. Those are quarter note triplets. Dun 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 dun. Whew! Oh, this shifting gear stuff is tiring. And I don't have a drink this week. We're not doing that every week. That was last week because we were celebrating happy hour due to 250,000 subscribers on World Drum Club. All right. So let me know if you guys have any questions about that. You could put them in the chat. But that's kind of the idea. All right. Now let me try to practice this. Practice. Let me try to read. I was reading that Roseanne has been practicing that sort of thing, and you're saying it's mind-bending. Yes, it is kind of, honestly, I like this stuff a lot because you can really use it almost like a meditation. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can just do the rhythm. You could just make all your notes the same. Like right now I'm playing beats, different rhythms on the drums. I'm using different drums, playing different tones. But you don't even have to do that. You could just feel the pulse. And you're shifting, from triplets, and then you turn you should turn those notes into eighth notes. And you turn the eighth notes into triplets. And then you make those into 16th notes. And you shift the pulse, right? And you reorient. So it's a skill that I would recommend for any musician. You don't have to be a drummer to do this. Obviously drums are just the way we make the sound that we make when we play, but this goes for everyone. This is for everyone. So if you haven't gotten into that stuff, you guys, I recommend it. It's pretty fun. And Richard is hand pink waving. See, now I have to, that's good. It's not you guys, it's me. I'm reading like when your emojis. Oh, see, and on my phone, I see the pink hand waving. But on my computer, it's like pulling in the comments, you know, and showing them to me on my computer screen, and it just does the like, because I guess it's not native to the platform, so it just describes it. So hand pink waving, all right. But over here, I can see it. So I'm gonna look on my phone for the emojis. All right, and if you're watching on Facebook on the World Drum Club group, welcome over there, you guys. I don't think, yeah, you guys can't see each other's comments. So if you're commenting like on the Facebook, and vice versa, if you're on YouTube, you're not going to see the people's comments from Facebook and vice versa. But I think I can see both. I'm not sure. Let's move on. And I'm still glad my foot didn't get crushed. I'm just thinking, you guys, so that thing was here, right? Those gears were over here. And this thing I had them here. And then this thing just went like this, slowly, right? It went slowly like that. And they fell off, and they landed right next to my left foot down here while I was playing. You can go back and listen to that. I'm sure you heard it. So, I'm just saying I'm grateful. I'm going to tighten this up. Aye. All right. But the gears have served their purpose. Now, it's time for you know what, you guys. Guess the sound! Here we go. All right, what is it? Anybody know? Anybody? Anybody? I'm trying, oh, I gotta be quiet. I'm gonna give it away if I fidget too much. All right, any ideas? I'm gonna give you guys some math later. Because this show, you know, the Tuesday Musedays are too easy for you guys. Aha, okay, Roseanne got it. Ba-ba. It is a wira. Cornelius, you were right there. Oops, hold on. Cornelius, you were right there, but you misgendered it. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. All right, don't misgender the instruments, you guys. All right, no, in all seriousness, yeah. So this is the wira, and the wira is associated with merengue. I've had this on the show before. It's been a guest. It's metal. It's a tube, right? I love the pattern, though. You guys see that? Isn't that cool? It's like a million tiny little bumps. And then I'm just playing it with this thing, which is it's not the actual instrument. The regular scraper, it looks more like, let me go over here. It looks more like a, you know, like a pick, a hair pick. But this one is a brush, metal brush, almost the same, and you can kind of hold it like this. And you hear that in merengue, which is meringue, right? Now, some people say that the name merengue and the instrument here, it sounds like somebody's whipping egg whites, right? Because that's how you make meringue. So you're whipping. Now, some people would say it's the sound of the whisk in the bowl, which it kind of is, although my bowls are not this rough. But it's you know, whipping, or it's also, it could be merengue because you're like whipping things up, right? You're whipping up the rhythms, you're getting everybody, you know, going. All right, so that's the wira. This one, I've had this a long time, and it's Caribbean, oh, I can't say. I'm gonna show you guys a logo here. I don't know if you can see that. I know it's not gonna focus, but I don't know if you can see from back here. I can focus the overhead, so let's go up there. My side camera, unfortunately, can you guys see that? I don't know. There's a logo on there. Maybe you can make it out later. Unfortunately, my side camera over here, the screen decided to stop working, so I can't focus the camera quickly because I usually do it by touching the screen. And now that's not working. But that has nothing to do with you guys unless you've been messing around with my camera. All right. Let me catch up with and Tom guest trumpet. What trumpet players have you been listening to? Hopefully they don't sound like that, or maybe it could be cool. Kind of could be like a new thing. All right, so that is the Wira, and Roseanne gets the points. Roseanne, how many points do you feel like you deserve today? And I know you probably could have jumped in on a few of these, but you resist because you don't want to be a points hog. All right. Charlie, I'm just reading your emojis comment. Yeah, and Cornelia said Wiro is the wood one. Wiro, yeah, it could be wood. Or a gourd, right? They make them out of gourds and wood. I have a bamboo one, which we call heko heko. That's more of Brazilian style. And then, yeah, cumbia music. There's different music that you would hear the wira in. There's also West African music. Like, I know there's an artist, what is her name? Uma Sangare, I think, something like that. And she is, I think, from Mali or Senegal. And they have a similar, it's not exactly the same, it's smaller, but it's like a little metal, kind of a little metal, it's almost like a bell, but it's more like serrated, and they just kind of scrape it. And it's a lovely sound. It's a really nice kind of between a bell and a scraper. Tom, is that what you were saying? You play the trumpet? Or you weren't guessing that for the guess the sound, right? Or I don't know, maybe you were. Stranger things have happened here, you guys. All right. Now, I also want to point out that I think this was one of the first show openings with no looping, right? I have not done the looper yet, but we will do it pretty soon because we're going to do our Gimme 5. Now, if you guys haven't done the Gimme 5, and Roseanne says, all the points, Kalani, give me all the points. I can give you all the ones we have right now. Now, my point guy has been kind of late as of late, and so I'm not full of points right now, but I'll give you as many as I can spare. So you will get all of them, but there might not be that many. No, Roseanne, one thing I could say about you is that you usually do get the point. All right. Actually, let me let me just distract you from my bad dad jokes. And I want to show you an instrument that I have here today, which is right here. I'm not going to pop in here because if I do, you can't see it. So let me go away for a second. This is another native tongue percussion thing. I'm just trying to help these guys out because they're good guys, small company, and they just sent me this. And this is another clip-on thing, this guy. And it's the same as this one, but it doesn't have the little hand smacker dealy. That's not what they call it. That's what I called it. So instead of hitting this, it's just here without it. And you can play it with your hand, or you can play it with, like I have a little bundled plastic stick thing. Or we can also use, my other sticks fell down. Hold on. Hello. You can use a regular stick. I'm going to use this stick that has a little bit of like rubbery stuff on the end. All right, so that's another sound. You guys remember, well, I did the last video I did where I did some looping stuff. We talked about cascara, I talked about cascara. It's when I did the Montuno video. That's a video that I published on the channel recently. And I talked about how we want to emulate, the sound of the cascara, which is hitting the sides of timbales. Now, in order to make that sound, you need a set of timbales. This is way smaller, and it's pretty close to the sound. Not that it has to be exact, but I'm just saying that if you want to get something like that, this is a really economical, and ergonomical and infotainnomical way to do it, just because it's so small and it's right here. And you can play with your hands. So I like that. It's kind of it's another thing. It's another toy. All right. Now, what do we have? You guys are saying, let's get ready for Give Me 5. Loop, 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 loop. Roseanne said, ugh, about my joke. But it's true that you do get the point a lot of the time. So, let's think about how many. I'm gonna think about how many points I can spare today. Let me do a couple announcements, which I already showed you guys a slide. I'm just gonna go over these real quick because we have a couple things. One, of course, is our master class with Matthias Philipsen from Germany. He'll show you to play the bongos very well. He's got lots of ideas that are good. You guys, sorry, we go get to the water store to get filtered water, and the guy over there, he always, I come in and he's like, because he has to fill out how many gallons of water we picked up, and he's like, what's the last name? And I say Das, and he goes, oh yeah, Das is good, Das is good. Every single time, you guys. He probably thinks, oh, it never gets old. No, it does. It does, absolutely. All right, so we got Matt or Matthias doing bongo stuff, and then we have Randy. Where's Randy? Right here. Randy's going to be in here in May at some point, and probably Cornelius is like, Jamaican accent? Yes. Randy will be doing something, and maybe I can bring him in like virtually, and we could talk about it, or you guys could vote on it. What do you want to learn? But Randy can do anything. He's kind of known more for Indian drumming, frame drumming, but he can play anything. He's that kind of guy. All right, so let's get ready for, there we go. Get rid of the other me. And let's talk about Gimme Fiving. Welcome, Robert. All right. Greetings from New York. All right, welcome from New York City. That's awesome. I love New York City. I got a lot of friends out there who are killing it. And now is a nice time to be in New York, isn't it? Kind of April, May. I mean, it could still be chilly, but how's it going out there? I know it's not going like it's going here, you guys. I'm not even going to tell you what a nice day it was. But, New York has its beautiful days, and especially Manhattan. But upstate, oh, my God. Amazing. Beautiful. Richard votes for Kenjira. Yeah, that would be cool. We can do that. Kenjira is that's a little bit of a next level kind of thing. But, I think it'd be good. Maybe he could do an overview of a few instruments and show some basics on each one, and then you guys can take it and run with it, kind of thing, because that's also why we're here, why World Drum Club is here, is to kind of expose people to different things and bring in, artists and great teachers, just to inspire us all right? And I often ask myself, why am I doing the job of the Percussive Arts Society? Did I say that? I think I did. All right. No, PAS does good. They do a good job too, but they're not as nimble as we are, right? Because this is basically a one-man show plus one person plus some of you. And we're just doing it, all right? We're doing the percussion music thing every week. So, All right. What do we have? Okay, so good. So people are putting in their Gimme 5 sets of things. Now keep in mind, I don't have every, yeah, just like daisies is fine. Conga, guira, djembe, cowbell, clave. I don't even know where my clave is right now, but I can use the native tongue percussion block. Yeah, Rick would be good, would be a good instrument. The Egyptian tambourine, also used in Lebanon and parts of, the Arab nations. I would love another Rick lesson. It's been a long time. I don't pick up my Rick that often, but that would be good. Rick is an awesome instrument. By the way, if you guys want some inspiration, musical inspiration, I recommend getting anything by Glenn Velez and also Lane Redman. Also, the Hands Ensemble with Randy was a member of Hands Ensemble. And that Hands Ensemble goes way back 20, 30 years at this point. They have a lot of recordings. All right. And Cornelius is in with a Give Me 5 suggestion. That's awesome. All right. So I'm going to leave that up to Roseanne. And yeah, Rick is R-I-Q or R-I-Q-Q sometimes. I think it's spelled with 2 Q's. I'm not sure why. But yeah, Rick is the Egyptian or Middle, you might see it named called Middle Eastern tambourine. I think we're trying not to use the term Middle Eastern because it's a little geocentric. But however, it's fine. I mean, it's out there that you can find stuff that way. But yeah, you could call it an Egyptian tambourine, North African, Mediterranean, because it is also used very much in Lebanon and other countries, not just North Africa or Egypt, but yeah, it's that area. It's kind of Mediterranean. So check that out. I think in Iran too, they would play Rick. I don't know. I am not an expert, but I know it's used throughout the region, the kind of Mediterranean region. And Rick was one of the first drums that incorporated jingles, because tambourine is a combination of the frame drum and the sistrum, which had jingles on it, and they put them together. And now every elementary school student plays an Egyptian instrument. Rick from Jerusalem. All right. There we go. R-I-Q-Q. So yeah, there's different iterations of Rick out there. So look into that. But I think Randy would be he'd be the person or one of the people to discuss that. Also, if you guys know any artists, I'm always looking around for people to do videos for the channel and promote whatever they're promoting. And I'm happy to help cross promote. So if you know anyone, send them my way or tell them to come, find me. All right. What do we have? Do we have any daisy? Okay. Conga, guira, djembe, cowbell, clave. All right. That's good. So what I'll do, let me move this djembe. Move the conga, and I'm going to bring the djembe around. Hoi! Isn't this a nice drum, by the way? I love this drum. It's heavy. It's nice, though. Okay. All right, let's do some playing. How much time do we have? It's that time. And will we do rhythmic modulation? I don't know. It's kind of hard to do with the looper going, but maybe we will. I don't know, you guys. All right, the lights went down for the concert. I love that. All right, we're gonna. I'll play a little bit, and then we'll come back. Before it's time to wrap up, and we'll say farewell at that point. I'm gonna switch mics and get something going for you guys. Okay, people. I'm not sure that is anything. I think it was shifting gears a lot, which is our theme today. Thanks, Daisy and Roseanne, for that suggestion. Yeah, this is all improv. You just start somewhere and you go somewhere, and whatever happens, happens. I was obviously playing around with the sounds a lot in the looper, which is kind of fun and tempting. If you have knobs, you're gonna. If you have any gear with knobs on it, you're gonna like eventually start turning them. All right, thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that. And yeah, today it was just kind of an improv day. I mean, it didn't really have a plan except for an idea, which is changing gears or shifting gears. And thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. And I hope, if nothing else, I'm not really here so much. I mean, in my mind, I'm not here so much to entertain you guys. That's not really the kind of musician I am. I'm here to be with you and to like show you how I'm doing stuff in the hopes that maybe you'll try some of the stuff, look into instruments or try different concepts, and we'll do it together, all right? Because we're all on the same team, aren't we? Yes, I hope so. All right, thanks for dropping in. We're going to wrap up, and there's a little bit in the looper, but I think I'm just going to sign out with a little maybe just improv conga. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you, Roseanne, for being our host. And I hope you guys have a great week. And we will see you next week for more Tuesday Museday. All right, you guys. I'm going to jam a little just to send you guys off. Have a good night. Thank you for being here.
Drum Club,